It's almost match day, so welcome to the Premier League preview of week 17. So to start the video, let's have a look at the fixtures of last week, the big fixtures and the big result that we didn't expect. Everton beat Chelsea, new manager bounce at Everton, Duncan Ferguson. There was a 5-0 at Spurs. I didn't expect that. I thought Burnley would be able to beat not to beat Spurs, but to at least give a better performance. Man United beat Manchester City. Manchester City played to the end of Man United, in my opinion. Man United are not a good team when they play against a team that sit back, but we all know that Pep Guardiola will never sit back. So it was almost an easy game for Man United, and that's pretty much it for the big games and big results of last week. So this is the table at the start of week 17. Liverpool is still top of the league with 46 points, and Leicester City is their only real threat, if we're being honest, because they are 8 points beyond them, and Manchester City are 6 points behind Leicester. So Leicester are the only team that might be able to catch up with Liverpool if they draw points, but at the moment they only draw one game and won all of the others. So I don't see that coming. And in the bottom part of the table, Watford and Norwich are the bottom, like we might have expected at the start of the last week, but it changed a lot between the 18th place and 13th place. There's only a 3-point difference, so everything can happen, and it's still not decided at the moment. Okay, so let's have a look at the fixture this week. First of all, on Saturday, there's Liverpool against Watford. I think it's pretty straightforward. It will be a Liverpool win in my opinion. Liverpool are very good, Watford are very bad. There's not much more in it, to be honest. I think Klopp will rest some players because he did rest Mane against Bournemouth last weekend. So I think he might continue doing this in this game week. But otherwise, I think it will be a Liverpool win because they're just too good for Watford. Next, Burnley vs Newcastle. To be honest, I think it's a very boring game. It's two teams that I don't really like. I don't have any things against the club, but the teams are pretty boring. But to be honest, Newcastle this year, they have been quite exciting. It's a bit surprising because it's a team managed by Steve Bruce. But still, they have been pretty exciting, mostly because of Alan Saint-Maximin. I really liked this guy when he was in Ligue 1 in France, and I think he has continued in his great form at Newcastle. He seems to be a very nice guy in real life as well. But 3 wins in the last 5 games for Newcastle. They draw against City as well. So I think we will see a draw in this game because Burnley are at home and Newcastle are still not a very good team, but they are performing at the moment. So I think it will be a draw. Next, Chelsea against Bournemouth. This one is a very interesting game because Chelsea have not done so well recently. They have lost 2 of their last 3 games. That before that they were very good. And they usually have some misery to beat Bournemouth, mainly at home. I remember at least 2 victories in the last couple of years of Bournemouth at Stamford Bridge. So because it's at home, I think they might lose. But Bournemouth only won 1 of their last 10 games, and it was against Manchester United, my favorite team. So it's a bit bad. But Bournemouth are very good at Chelsea, like I said, so I think it will be a draw. I would not be surprised with a Chelsea win. So Leicester vs Norwich. Leicester have won their last 9 games in all competitions. That's impressive, to be honest. Norwich this year they have been great for the months of August, September, and October. But since then, they have been on a bad run of form. I don't think they've won many games since then. And Leicester might rotate their squad like they did against Aston Villa. So I will not be surprised if Jamie Vardy doesn't start in this game. So we could see an upset in this game, but I don't think so because Leicester are just too good at the moment. So I'm going for a 2-1 Leicester win. Sheffield United against Aston Villa. 2 promoted teams. 2 teams that have done quite well, to be honest. because Sheffield United have got the result and the performances. Aston Villa only the performances. I think they are 16 in the league, so it's not that great for them. If we only look at the results, I've watched them against Manchester United and watched them against Leicester, and even though they lost against Leicester, I think they were not that bad. So I predict a draw in this one. I don't know why, but I think Aston Villa will get a draw at Bramall Lane. And finally, the last game on Saturday, it's Southampton against West Ham. Two teams that have done very, very bad this year. Southampton, I was not predicting a great year from them because I don't think they had a very good transfer window, but still they have a good manager in my opinion. And West Ham, they have a great squad and they have a great managers, but there's something wrong in there because they are underperforming this year, and West Ham have not been on a great run of fixture as well. I know they have won against Chelsea, but otherwise they have been very bad. So I think we will see a draw in this game, a very boring game. I will still probably watch it, but I don't know why. Okay, so let's have a little look at the fixtures that are played on Sunday. First of all, Manchester United against Everton. That will be a very interesting game. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer won his last two games against City and Spurs. Everton, he changed their managers. Duncan Ferguson is there. The players were playing for him at 100% in their last games against Chelsea. It will be a very interesting game. If it was at Goodison Park, I would have predicted an Everton win, but because it's at Old Trafford, I will go with Manchester United win because I think Everton will play on the front foot and that helps Manchester United. Donc I'm going with Man United win, maybe something like 2-1 or 3-1. Wolves against Spurs, another interesting games. I think Spurs might lose this game. They have been beaten by Bayern Munich this week. I know this wasn't their first team, but they have not been very good on the road. So I will not be surprised if Spurs slip up in this game. I will not watch it because I will probably watch Manchester United. But still, I think it's a very interesting game because Wolves and Spurs are two interesting teams at the moment. With Mourinho, I'm going with a Wolverhampton win. And finally, the games that will be played on Monday. Crystal Palace against Brighton. There is a lot of hate between those two teams. So I would not be surprised if it ends as a draw. I really like Crystal Palace. It's one of my favorite teams in London. And Brighton this year they have done very well. They play on the front foot, so it's very interesting to watch them. And Crystal Palace, they have Zaha, so it's a very interesting team as well. But I'm going with a 2-2 draw in this game. So finally, the big game of the week is Arsenal against Manchester City. Arsenal only won one of their last 10 games. Like you can see on the bottom of their logo, it's their last game that they won against West Ham. And as for Manchester City, they have been on a bad run of form lately. They are not used to this. Mainly in the last two years, they have won almost every game, but they have lost two of their last 5 games. It was against Manchester United and against Liverpool. They also draw against Newcastle, so it's not going very well for them. Both of those teams have bad defenses. So I think it will be a high-scoring game. We might see something like a 6-2 or 6-3 for Manchester City, because I think City will win. Even though Arsenal should be a great team, they are not at the moment. Their coach is Freddie Ljungberg. I really don't think he's a great coach. Even though they won against West Ham, they were very bad. So I think we will see Manchester City win in a high-scoring game. But I would not be surprised to see high-scoring draw as well, so something like 4-4. But I think City will still win the game. So Manchester City win for this game.